Hello, welcome to Sugar and Spice. We're here with the amazing AJ.
I'm blushing. I missed you too. You know, I realize I can all like quite cute and professional. That one's been 3 years. We've been. Well, I remember I was telling someone today.
Yeah.
I stitched your video like 2.5 years ago, 3 years ago.
Whoa.
'Cause I was in my Zetland's apartment. I'll never forget it.
it?
It was about dating. You did a video.
We've
about,
done so many videos about
No, but like men don't date. Like they don't organize dates. And I did a stitch, and I remember like you gotta fucking.
first episode.
All you gotta do is like literally, tell her, hey, be ready, 7:30. Pick a place, make a plan. Tell her the vibe of the restaurant so she knows the outfit to wear. Don't tell her that. Give her a surprise. Boom, that's it. Like we have like 180 something thousand likes. I was like,
Wow.
yeah, that was my first contact with you guys. And I think I remember like we just touched base and like, hi ladies.
Yeah.
Felt very natural now.
Two sisters, man.
Yeah, so sweet. Okay, we want to start with something that seems to go like pop off when we put it out to the audience is like how fucked it is to date in Australia at the moment.
Cooked.
Like,
I think anywhere in the world. Even like I've heard a lot of people, like I was just in Bali and I was having conversations with people at like restaurants and like our age, and they were like, yeah, dating's fucked. Like dating's fucked in Bali, it's fucked in Dubai, it's fucked everywhere.
I was watching this new Diary of a CEO podcast and it talks about like how men are so disadvantaged in the dating sphere. And it's so interesting because we always talk about it from a woman's perspective, but how online dating has been bad for women, but like horrible for men.
Yeah.
And that it takes a man 1,000 swipes
Same.
to get one coffee date.
I mean, look,
An average looking man, sorry.
depends on the guy.
Yeah, average looking man. It's fine for the men at the top, the men that have money and the men that are traditionally good looking.
You know what? I want to put that to bed because I feel like, to be quite honest with you, like I don't get any hate comments. And every time I get a hate comment and from a man, it's like I look at the profile picture and I'm just like, brother, like, yeah, of course you're gonna send me a.
Yeah.
If I were like, I remember I had a friend of mine and he had Hinge, and he was a bad Hinger. He pissed me off. It was like when I said to him, like, we're gonna have to work on this friendship, or I'm gonna have to get rid of you, because he was the type where like he'll be like, hey, what are you doing? I have a convo, blah blah, and then she'll disappear and then he'll message again,
Okay.
like, hey, like. But like
Like the persistent guy.
yeah, but the overly persistent. And then message like 3-4 times. I'm like, brother, we don't, firstly, no one in my crew does that. We don't do that.
Yeah.
It's once, twice if the banter was good, no thirds.
Yeah, no.
And I feel, and like I looked at his pictures and I changed his profile a little bit to make him more appealing. You know, no girl wants a fucking, she wants to know that you look good in a t-shirt, but she doesn't want you to fucking with your t-shirt off. Topless selfies are for the boys, and nice fitted t-shirts to show that you got a little bit of muscle is for the girls. In terms of that's what attracts women. The only people commenting on like hot selfless photos, if you don't have like a profile or anything, is literally guys. Like, bro, you're looking great. I'm not posting it for you, Josh. I'm posting it for fucking me and to attract fucking Sarah, not you. Like, so fuck. I think, to be honest with you, like, men, we get in our own way a lot. And I know a lot of guys will comment, blah, 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 but that's your own victimhood. Like, I'm not having, people think that I make content and because I got a strong female audience to take the piss out of men. I don't. It's just, I'm a tough love person. My own friends say it to me as well. I'm a tough love friend. Like, I'm the friend that, I'm not going to tell you what you want to hear. I'm going to tell you what you need to hear.
Yeah.
And how it lands is completely up to you. And it's not coming from a place of malicious or I want to see you do bad. It's coming from a place of love. And that's how I am like with my male audience. Like if I tell you something, I'm not trying to put you on the ground. I know the pain that a man experiences when a woman checks out. Not me personally, but like I've seen it in my life surrounded by people. Like when women check out in that 6-7 months of like fucking agony of how could I have done better? How can I do? And then he goes through his hate women stage, and then every girl's a bitch, and he gets rejected by everyone because of his attitude. Like I try to give men and weaponize them with the advice to help them get out of their own fucking way.
Yeah.
I watch Hitch once, and all of a sudden I think I'm Will Smith. But like it's I agree. I feel like men. It do struggle a lot more with dating. Unfortunately, like any woman, gorgeous, if she doesn't find herself attractive, whatever. Even if a woman doesn't find herself attractive, I can guarantee you she can walk through 100 men, like walk past 100 men and at least get one compliment or one guy try to pick her up. A guy walk through 100 girls,
Sure.
you know, he might like on the masculine essence, he might not try like he might not, you know, get 100 compliments from 100 girls, but if he tries to pick up 100 girls, he might struggle with all of them. You know.
Yeah.
But I feel like rejection's important too. That's the biggest issue that we face as well. I think men face too is we don't know how to handle rejection well. We look at rejection as like a way of, you know, oh, I'm not good enough, so fuck you then, or I'm not this. Like, no, rejection should be a clear indicator of, well, one thing that's just not your person.
Yeah.
I've been rejected, and I'm supposed to know everything because like, this is what I do for work. But I've been rejected before.
Yeah.
That meant that my puzzle piece and her puzzle piece didn't fit into the same puzzle.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean that my puzzle piece doesn't fit anywhere else.
Yeah.
Just doesn't fit into her puzzle. Vice versa. And I think as well, like how we handle rejection too. Like we should say that if I'm constantly getting rejected by women, what am I doing wrong? Am I too needy? Am I too nice too fast? Do I have made a little bit of mistake? Am I not dressing well? But I always say like dressing and stuff. Sorry, I'm yapping. But dressing and stuff. Yes, a woman's gonna judge you on how you dress at first, but it doesn't matter because energy is everything. A smart woman's gonna know that I can change the way he dresses.
Yeah.
I can put my little touch, like, you know. If I was hypothetically, if I was dating someone and they got me something, I'm telling you, I'll fucking wear a flat stick.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So cute.
Like, so I think we're in a sad state for dating. It's scary out there, but it's also attitude too.
Well, I think like watching this thing, reading whatever, women are hypergamous, right? They date and marry people of the same education, wealth, status as them or higher. Men will go the same or lower. They don't marry up, let's say. And not unfortunately, but factually, there are more women in education than ever. There are a lot more men who are unemployed, uneducated. Like the rates are really bad. I'm saying this really choppy, but like I probably should have said it a little bit better. So the problem is that, you know, that whole quote of like 80% of women want 20% of men, it's actually true.
Yeah.
And women are saying there's not enough men, it's actually true, there's not enough men. We're having higher rates of women in education than ever. My brother's a doctor, in all his medical classes, he's like, it's all women.
Wow.
Shit, I'm in the wrong profession.
Like, he's like, it's like there is, whether it's academia, whether it's in the workforce, like women are really outperforming men. So before, men were really needed economically. But now women don't need men in the same way that they did before. So it's like maybe they're looking for things like emotional intelligence. I don't know, but it's actually like, so then men feeling rejected go online, join these groups where other men feel rejected and they become misogynistic and incel vibes. Hence why they're commenting on your video.
I don't know why I fucking
Commenting on
some
our
bloke with a
videos.
fucking some bloke and he posted on my fucking video and he said some fucking shit and I just looked at him and I looked at his profile
Always
picture
look at them and you're like,
and it
of
was
course it's you. Yeah.
6 guys in his profile picture in AFL jerseys and that just said enough for me. I'm like, brother,
No,
we are not in the same. I don't like getting sassy online because I try, like, I'm a good person, but I'll clap back at a fucking grown man. I'm a grown man. I'll clap back at, like, firstly, I have multiple successful businesses, a very, like, great network of friends. I'm not going to let Stuart Little and his fucking 5 dwarf AFL team try to put me on the fucking grong. When all I'm literally doing is teaching you. This is what pisses me off because I am equipping you.
They would
idiot.
consider you a Chad. So they also, I think in the incel community, it's like a guy who gets the girls, like a guy who's good with women.
Why is it called a chart? Because it's like a popular name.
I'm not proficient in incel studies, but I think it's like the guy that they also hate because he gets girls.
Well, someone called me a
easily.
simp today because I said stop being a mother's boy.
Isn't it crazy? This
Brother.
whole
How is
demonization of a man.
Politics
Brother,
him?
well, I'm like, I said to him, the reason why I did a video, I'm like, the reason why your missus doesn't want to sleep with you is because she feels like your mother. He's like, bro, you're a simp, you're a simp. I'm like, no. Let me make it very clear. I am not a simp. I treat women with love and respect, and the whole point is, like, the woman that you're with, you're supposed to love and respect her and cherish her, like you would want your fucking mother that does everything for you to be treated. You fuck with.
Yeah.
Sorry,
This is
can I
a
swear?
disconnect that I never understand. When it's
It
like,
wigs me out.
It's like you would want your mum to be treated with respect. You're out there fucking abusing your girl. I'm like, make it make sense.
But this whole like demonization of the simp. Like,
Where
and
do you think
it's-
that starts? Like,
they must see, gotta see that at home. Like dad's clearly doing that.
dad butt? Like,
What do you mean?
my dad and I didn't really have my dad and I's relationship is very interesting.
Yeah.
Like I love my dad, but it's not really like we've have like a on and off relationship. So now as I get older, he's more my mate. He didn't really have like an influence on me. My mum had an influence on me. Now, I'm quite masculine. I carry myself like a man, but I treat women with respect. A lot of these guys, they say are mummy's boys, but like their mum has never put them in place. Because if I ever spoke out, if I ever spoke out of line, if I ever spoke out of line to my like a missus or something like that, my mum will put it on me.
Yeah.
She doesn't get involved in if I had a relationship, she wouldn't get involved, but she would put it on me. She's like, that's not how you fucking. The fuck you speaking to like that? A lot of the time as well, like these guys, I didn't grow up with a dad, but you don't need a dad. You just need a mum to fucking tell you wrong from right. And a lot of the time, like they're going in they're treating their missus like shit. But like their mum has never stepped in for them. The mums actually, sometimes the mums actually enable the behavior.
I can tell you this because that's my real dad. I'm not connected with my real dad, and the reason why he is where he is because he was a fucking mama's boy to a T. Same with his brother. Like they were never put into line. He'd be awful to my mom, and his parents wouldn't do anything.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck? How are we raising men like this?
Yeah. Then and that's the problem because they'll be like because obviously I have a lot of women in my comments. They're like, oh, there's no fathers. But like, hold on a second, like. Even if they didn't have a father, like, why don't you play both roles? And then obviously I cop well, you expect women to do everything. Like, no, I'm just telling you from my experience. Just like I always cop flack when I always say like, when someone will come into my life and they'll be like, oh, well, I just broke up and I got a 6-month-old baby and how do I get back into dating? I'm like, well, okay, let me be very clear with you. Do not date. Like, do not date. And I get fucking attacked for it.
Why?
I don't know, because it's logical. Well, what about the father? I'm like, I'm not talking to the father. I don't give a fuck about the father. I'll tell the father the same thing. It's not the point. Like, I've come from a divorced family. Like, I know the benefits of what happens when your mother says.
Prioritization of family that has like eroded our society is crazy.
Yeah,
It's
but
insane.
we can't talk about family because we talk about sex and we're disgusting. That's how people are. Like,
Really?
Yeah.
It's so one-dimensional.
I get it. People are like, so I remember this one fucker, he's like, well, you don't have a relationship, so you can't talk about relationships. I'm like, brother.
That's what we get.
I'm like, yeah, I cop that. But how do you not know I'm not in a relationship?
We could be married. How do you know anything about us?
Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, and also I always say like, okay, but the 19-year-old mechanic who doesn't own a Ferrari, he still knows how to service it and he drives it around the box to make it work.
That's good, yeah.
No, doesn't own one. Doesn't mean you can't look at it.
100%.
Maybe I'm not in a relationship because I looked at your relationship. I'm like, fuck that. Let me just go online and make videos and give advice about it. Like it doesn't make sense. The problem is as well, like one of the biggest issues I feel like in society is the increase of victimization.
Oh,
Everyone's a victim.
everyone's a victim. Victim Olympics.
Everyone's a victim. And like, I don't really look at like red pill stuff or alpha male stuff, but to be honest, the only stuff that I kind of like that comes from those sides, like they all say, take accountability for your actions. Like you're stop being a fucking victim.
We were saying this today, like Andrew Tate and Jordan Peterson, and their like relevance in society is due to fatherless behavior. Like men attack women for being fatherless, but this is like the reality. Look up to this father figure. They essentially say very similar things, but except one's intellectual, Jordan Peterson, and the other one's more vulgar, but it's like, get up, stop feeling sorry for yourself, take accountability for your life.
If I
stop
say
being
that I
a
agree,
bitch.
if I say I agree with that, I get in trouble.
No, obviously not agreeing with.
I don't agree with it. Look, I don't agree with this where like.
I don't like Andrew Tate, just to put that out there. But if someone finds father, like.
But there's some things that he says that make sense.
Well, they're just so. No shit. Sorry. It's
But
Yeah,
again,
but
it's
that's,
one-dimensional
like-
to think you can't take something
Exactly.
Fully.
someone says and not
Exactly.
agree with the person.
I don't have, there's a lot of people that I don't like, men and women, intellectual, non-intellectual, but they'll say something like, I have been raised and taught that you should never, like, just because you don't like someone or they're not maybe on your playing field or they're not in the same repertoire as you, that you shouldn't listen to what they say. And you pick and choose. Because it's the exact same thing, because people, like, I remember someone said to me, well, because I said, there's some things, there's like a lot of things with Tate that I don't agree with, and there's things that I agree with. Like, obviously, everything that he says about women, I don't agree with.
Yeah.
But everything he says about taking self-accountability, I agree with. You have to take accountability as a man. But then also people are like, oh, you can't. Well, no, that's not how it works. You can't agree with him. I'm like, but that's them me saying, like, if a janitor was to turn around and say to me, oh, you should do this. And it's a good, solid advice. Because I'm not supposed to agree with him because I have businesses and he's not in the same sort of whatever, like, he doesn't have the same career level as
Yeah.
me or experience. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. So I'm not going to listen to another human being, wrong or right, and not at least acknowledge it.
Yeah.
It makes no sense to me.
I think the problem is that like maybe you're
I'll always listen.
intelligent enough to decipher, but other people are young boys who, once again, this is the problem with the erosion of the family. Parents aren't raising their family, their children. The priority of like raising your children isn't that high. So I feel like, oh, this is going to get me into trouble. I think people want to blame outside of themselves something else, whether it's a school, someone on the internet. And I'm not saying that these things are really horrible, but like, where are the parents?
Yeah.
Like my
100%.
parents were taking me to church every Sunday. My parents were sitting down with me praying every night. My parents were telling me, you can't do this, you can do this. I remember when I was younger, the guy at the petrol station gave my dad $20 extra in change. It was an hour away from our house. My dad got us in the car, drove us back there, gave the guy the $20 and said, look, even if no one's watching, God is watching, you always do the right thing.
Yeah.
Like they invested in their kids. I'm like, what's everyone else doing?
But you know what?
We're just having kids.
Some that's why I love the saying, like, just because you've come from a broken home doesn't mean a broken home has to come from you.
Yeah.
Because some people might not have had the same parents that your dad and your mum had. So they never have those values instilled in
Yeah.
it. Some people are like, there's a bloke that I love. He's I think he's from Melbourne. I'm gonna butcher his name. It's Jack or Jake Hunt. He's the guy on TikTok, and he goes and buys his stuff like all nice. Do you know what I'm talking about? He had a real fucked up foster upbringing.
Yeah.
But he's gone and he didn't allow his circumstances to stop him from being a good person. Do you know what I mean? And I think that's where I have like, I'm not gonna like, everyone's got different family circumstances, and you know, there's a story that goes about two brothers, and I love this story. It's like two brothers, and at 40 years old, they both asked, "Hey, why'd you turn out the way that you turned out?" And they're like, "My dad." Now, the dad was an alcoholic and abusive. One of the brothers turned out alcoholic and abusive. The other brother turned out a family man and successful. Everything is what you choose and is your perspective and choice. They're the same brothers. They came from the same house with an abusive, drunken father, and they could have been like, both landed abusive. But one made the choice to not be like that. The other made the choice to be. It's like so many people come from good families as well, and they end up fuckwits.
Yeah.
Well, you're like, oh, how'd you? Hold on a second. You had.
so
I used
true.
to see you at church every Sunday. How'd you turn out the way?
Bully. I think I was more saying is because society has deemed less importance to the family.
Yeah.
There's up against, we look at the government to raise our children, we look at
Yeah.
schools to raise our children, we look at the
Government raised my
internet
kids.
to raise our children, and we have less priority of family raising children.
And
And
I've seen Adolescents.
I watched the first two episodes.
I fell
No
asleep.
spoilers.
I'm not going to spoil it, but I'm like, why is a 13-year-old out on the street at fucking 10 p.m.? Like you're saying, where are the parents?
That
I'm
was a
sorry.
wild
Where is
show.
the like strictness that like you've got boundaries, you need to be home? Like that pissed me off.
But I do think helicopter parenting has come.
What's helicopter parenting again?
It's like when you have to watch over your child, everything that they're doing. and,
Yeah.
like, you can't touch
you can
this.
still
you
be
can't-
like, you're not leaving the house at night and not be a helicopter parent. Like he's 13 years old. I'm sorry. What the literal?
I mean, like, I was out on the street, like, not on the streets, but I was with my older cut. I think everything is like, it's very tough because the problem is when you say something online, people blanket it and just put it all over the whole, like, everything in life is circumstantial. Even when I give advice, like, I always say, if the shoe fits Cinderella, wear it. But the golden slipper ain't gonna fit on everybody.
Yeah.
You know, but like there's some kids that went out at 13, end up in juvie. There's some that ended up street smart and then saved some random's life because of that experience. Everything is.
I don't know. It's ethnic in me. I'm
it's
like, why is
ethnic too.
I just think boys need, unlike girls, I think young boys need a level of harshness. And
I think
that's
all
what
boys need to go to boxing, to be honest with you.
Yes,
Like,
that's
I think-
it's like
I feel like there's a lot
agree.
of men walking around that have
Best
never been
boys.
punched in the face. And I think that some men need the humbling of that.
Every
That there's consequences to your actions. Like, why have we gotten rid of that as a society?
True.
There's no
because
consequences.
it's
anymore.
violence.
Okay, obviously not to incite violence.
Like,
but if
violence.
you're doing some weird stuff, like, I don't
Need the
know.
fucking repercussions. I agree.
The world went weird when Will Smith smacked Chris Tucker on the screen. That's what I see.
But I'm like,
That's funny.
okay, moving on from this. AJ, we always talk about things from a woman's perspective,
Hit
from
me.
a man's perspective. What makes a woman marriage material for you?
Ooh. Can't tell if I'm gonna get in trouble. Brunette, personality. No, I'm joking. No. For me personally, like, I like how she carries herself. Like,
Yeah.
look, there's this thing that I think Brent Fayez once said. I can't remember. It was one of those rappers, and like it just hit me like a ton of bricks. It's like, I personally, I love a girl's girl.
Love a girl's girl.
Yeah, like, I love a girl's girl. Like
It's the biggest green flag, I think.
like she's the type that goes in the bathroom and she's like, babe, you got that on there. And like, obviously I'm not in the girl's bathroom to know it, but like, do you know what I mean? Like a girl's girl, like you know, how other women are not sort of intimidated by her, but they receive her well.
Yeah.
Like, but
Yeah,
not in a like,
100%.
not in a like a I'm only being nice to you, so I'm being, but like they genuinely want to be around. I like energy. I got energy.
Yeah.
Like how she is with herself, how she conducts herself. Like if she goes, if she's into self-development, if she likes working on herself. And self-development doesn't have to be like you read 7 books a week. Like if she actively goes out of her way to better herself.
Yeah.
And
100%.
that's for me. Everyone's wifey material is different. Like, but for me, it's how she carries herself, how she conducts herself with others, the whole, you know, how is she when she's angry with, like, if she's waiting for a coffee, does she get rude to the staff? Is she patient?
Yeah.
All those little things make sense. And then also, how is she with me?
Yeah.
You know, does she go above and beyond? Does she, I play on my love languages. So I'm an acts of service person. So like, for me, if I'm at work and she says to me, hey, like, I know you're working, like, do you want me to bring you food? Like, pick whatever carrot you want. Like, you bring me carrots and you get whatever carrot you want. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I know, just quality. Like, the way we said it offline, like, the way I look at it, I love a woman that can support herself. Like, I love an independent woman. Like, this whole job fluctuate. I'll marry a doctor. Like, I don't care. Like, if she can, I'll marry a nurse. Love me a registered nurse. But if I know that she can carry herself and she doesn't need me, but she wants me,
Yeah.
that's my type. That I'll marry in a heartbeat. She doesn't need me, she wants me. Because she's choosing to be with you.
Yeah.
She's not with you for necessity or
Yeah.
status or this or that. And she's understanding.
Beautiful. I love that.
What about yourself?
What makes a man marriage material?
The way you post your man, you're about to get married.
I'm waiting.
That's hubby. You make him look so good, I might even fucking propose to him first.
For me, it's a gentle. I'm like so empathetic and so loving. Like I need someone that reciprocates. I need so much love. He's always like, you always just need that. Like I need it all the time, kind of thing. Like hug me, kiss me, tell me you love me. Like I need that. Marriage material needs to be a leader. Like needs to be like, I've got it sorted. Like I'm gonna lead our future. I've got a vision. I'm gonna execute it. I'm hardworking. Like I'm gonna achieve that for us. I'm gonna set us up in that way, and I'm gonna like lead the direction of our family.
Can I just say something on that too?
Yeah.
Because like a lot of men think that you have to start from a certain point to get the girl you want. You can start from zero. You just like women are attracted to purpose and direction. You don't like. There's a really good book. I don't know if you've read it. Like the way I'm actually rereading it on the plane. The Way of the Superior Man by David Dieter. No. You just have to read it. Next book, you just have to read it. It's all about the masculine and feminine energy. And essentially, it says like he says in it, it's like women don't give a fuck about, like, of course you're gonna have bad apples and there's gonna be women that only want you for your money and stuff like that. Cool, good for you, honey. You know, everything's in my mum's name. But anyway, but like the real women, especially women in their feminine, like they don't give a fuck. Like you can be a monk studying to be a monk, but if you show like pure passion towards studying to be a monk, she doesn't give a fuck if she eats rice and noodles with you. Like she's gonna support
She's
you.
pushed into her feminine.
100%. Doesn't matter like what, you don't need the fancy cars, the fancy.
Yeah.
You just have to have drive and think to what you want.
Yeah.
You know, like I sell sex toys, but I really enjoy it and I love what I do and I help people and people find that attractive.
Yeah.
A lot of people are like, well, but that's unconventional. But a majority of I would think that people would be like, that's unconventional, but the majority of people love it because I'm passionate towards it. Women are attracted to passion and enthusiasm. Even that's why sometimes they even like the guy with the fucking holding up the fish in the photos because he's passionate about it.
Yeah.
It's something he likes to fucking do. You know?
Drive behind it.
Hobbies are one of the like if you want to distinguish, if you're in the 80% and you want to distinguish, put yourself in the 20% and you don't have money, get hobbies. You'll be surprised. Like women want to be with someone who's interesting.
Yeah.
You see so many women with like the ugly funny guy. He doesn't have everything, but he makes her feel good. He's got passions and hobbies and stuff that he loves, and she's obsessed with that because she's like, he's interesting.
think the leader thing is like so important because it like in my relationship, I've never been fully in my feminine. I've learned that I've never been fully in my feminine because I now am. I'm not as stressed as I was. I was the biggest fucking stress head that ever walked the planet. Like I would stress about every little thing. I'd have anxiety. Like how bad was it?
Yeah.
And now I'm like working because I love it and I love to work and I love what we do. But I'm like I can relax a bit. Like and I've taken the feminine role of like cooking, like looking after him, and he's never had that. And
You know, she loves you when she starts cooking for you. Not that I've ever had that, but like, which like you know, she loves you
Lately.
when they start cooking for you.
Or you're in your feminine and it comes naturally to you, know what I mean? Like
Some guys I feel, so I have quite a dom personality, big personality. I'm a Leo, triple fire. It's a lot. Some guys I feel like I have to lead, I have to solve, I have to fix him up, I have to this, I have to that.
I'm gonna look little in this, but I'm with the back's on me.
I'm there.
Yeah, sometimes you have to kind of lead, and it's the worst thing ever. And then when you're with a guy that you can fully submit to, because he's not incompetent, and like you can really rely on him and his word and what he thinks is best, and you look up to him, it's the
Yeah.
best feeling.
Yeah.
Like idolizing your man
Yeah.
and looking up to him, being like, wow, you could come to him with a question and he
Yeah.
knows.
Yeah.
He can solve things.
Yeah.
He has a whole arsenal of tools that you have no access to.
Yeah.
And then you provide yours, which is different. But
Yeah.
that's the whole epidemic. It's like women no longer need men in the same way.
Yeah.
But someone who's like, because men need to feel useful, right? They need to feel that they're desired or wanted.
We do everything for women.
like,
In my head, if I was like, I go to the gym, like I like to feel good myself. I work, like everything is so you can end up with someone and make them happy and make your kids happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But is that every man?
Not every
I
man.
feel like these days it's really every woman we speak to is
But the right woman will bring it out of a man.
Yeah.
Like to be honest with you, if I were to find the right woman, I would do a lot of different things. Like
Yeah.
now, like I couldn't care less. Like if it was me, for example, and if I'm single, I don't know, I can't remember if I'm dating someone or if I'm single. Like so fuzzy my dating life. Anyway, very elusive, very Batman. But like. I don't mind. I know myself that like I'm happy to go to fly to America and learn how to shoot guns and do all the fucking wild crazy shit that boys like to do. But I know that if I'm loved right and if I'll fucking lie up on the couch and watch whatever show she wants. Do you know what I mean? I still have that masculine edge in me, but like the right woman, I'll fucking
Yeah.
I'll be at the gym acting all like I'm not jacked anymore, but I'll be all like macho, but I'll be going home and I'll be like snuggling up wearing matching slippers. I don't give a fuck.
It's cute.
You know?
It's so cute.
It's when you find, but the important thing with masculine as well is consistency.
Yes.
Consistency. That dictates the difference between a love bomber and someone who's actually there. I think it's very important. I think like it's very important. And you know what's funny? Because like a lot of guys will comment, and I get so many good men that follow me and like my stuff and comment on my stuff and DM me privately. And like to be honest with you, it's broken my heart how many men that I've seen that have ended up with the wrong person and given love to the wrong person, and that person just takes them for fucking granted.
Yeah.
And that's what guts me when guys come on my thing and they're like, "You're a simp. You only speak for women." Like, bro, no. Like, you'll be surprised how many men that I have, like good men in my DMs, and it's hard to say to them because they've obviously never been loved by like the right woman. Because the right woman's gonna take your consistency and transfer it into her security.
Yeah.
She's gonna see that your consistency is like, okay, now I can like relax
Yeah.
and just do weird shit. Like when you're loved right, you start doing like the weird shit, you start snorting in their ears and nibbling on you and all that. Like you do weird shit. Girls do weird things when they're in love because they get comfortable.
So do boys.
Boys too.
Boys become really silly.
Yeah.
I've noticed.
Boys, yeah,
just-
we're like, but you see us with mates, like.
Yeah.
If I know when I talk to a girl that I like and I talk to my mates, if they saw both conversations, like,
Yeah.
how do you go from a Rottweiler to a fucking golden retriever?
Yeah.
It's fucked.
But it brings out your inner child also when you're with your like person. You become just like so
Playful.
silly and it's really playful.
It's playful. And like a man's masculine is going to bring that out of a girl. Like it's going to make her feel like cool, calm, collected. She doesn't have to be big dog anymore. She can be a little baby.
Yeah.
Fully, I love the feeling when you're with a guy and you like can leave your brain at home.
Oh my God.
Like, I don't know what Google Maps are, I don't know where we're going, I don't know what we're doing, but you just like fully relinquish. Isn't that the best feeling?
Yeah.
I love forgetting because you just have to be so on it all day.
Yeah, 100%.
And then you go to him and you're like,
But
oh,
with the wrong guy, you're not. You're like, okay, I got to like think about like this and that, plan this, plan that. Like, no.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I know weird. I can't do that. I'm a planner. And the bang, we're going here, we're going there, we're going there. That's a
I love a
Capricorn
type A guy because I'm so type B.
I don't know what
So type B.
I'm like,
what's a type A?
type
Okay.
A is someone who's like very
Take the reins.
meticulous, very like planning everything, very like on point, on time, very, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. Like Lexi's very type A. And I'm very type B. I'm like, what time's the flight?
When
Like,
we travel together, she's
Yeah, but
like,
you're
"Where
a
am I going?"
Capricorn.
It's that.
It's a Capricorn. Like if you look at my fucking calendar, it's
Really?
bang this time, this flight number, bang, bang, bang,
Yeah.
bang, everything's bang, addresses. That's what I said. I need the address.
Lexi, we're the best people to go traveling together because like you'll do all the booking stuff and then I'll get us into the party.
Yeah.
Or like we'll find that's where the
That's the perfect
Yeah.
party.
That's all the perks.
She's like,
of
Magic
posting.
Magic. I'm
Yeah.
like, hi. But Lexi's like planned everything, and I'm like, okay, here's the money. But
I
like,
can't
She even planned that
That's
you were
like
gonna
that.
work your magic.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
literally planned
Yeah, like
everything.
at-
we've learned that we don't make booking reservations to restaurants because maybe we'll meet people or go to some place or meet a friend or.
That means Raquel will meet people to talk to me.
You need that kind of do it, but I love because I couldn't be with a chaotic man. Like,
No,
I
you
didn't make
it
it
would
booking.
be like
We
we'd
would be
never
lost
see you.
on the street. Like it's nice when he's like, okay, we're doing this, we're doing that, we're doing this. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, look, I think that's the fun. That's the fun bit about the masculine side too. I like planning dates. That's why I don't know how there's a fucking. Oh, don't even get me started on this bill splitting epidemic.
Oh,
People go wild.
I know.
I get attacked all the time.
Yeah, it's so crazy.
But why is it so like? I don't know.
If you s-
I just
you
couldn't
believe
split
what
a
you
bill,
believe.
and I was raised by a single mother. I just couldn't.
Can't say people's a friend. Like it's
Can't.
a
But
it's
okay,
a
so my
person
brother
to
was saying
person
this.
thing.
He's like, okay, even if I go out, if I went on a date with a girl back when he was single, and I wasn't into it, I'm gonna go and pay the bill, right?
I've done that.
And he's like,
So many times.
and he's like, I
100%.
don't know how it doesn't feel like crack. I don't know if I can say that for a man to look after a woman. He's like, testosterone up. You feel so good
Yeah.
as a man when you look after a woman. He's like asking a woman to get her money out and pay half a bill, and he's like, how can a man not feel like the biggest loser doing that?
I have an exercise for Ben. If you really want to like understand the feeling of it, go to a restaurant, take a girl out. Even if you don't like, there's nothing goes serious with her. Excuse yourself like right after you order desserts. Excuse yourself, go to the bathroom, pick up the bill in peace, come back, finish your drinks, and when you're ready to leave, go. She's gonna like the looking on her face, like, hold on a second, we haven't paid the bill, and you're like,
I've taken care
so
of
don't worry about it, let's go.
sorted. That's hot.
That's like that
Like, I will
feeling,
always
like your brother
offer.
said, is
I will always
crack.
offer. I'll always offer. I'm like, no, I will no, whatever.
The offer's nice.
But if there's a split, I'm paying for it.
Yeah, 100%.
If he's like, oh, let's split it, I'll just pay. I've done that twice in my life. I'm like, it's okay, babe.
How are you not feel so emasculated? Like I
know.
don't get it.
I would rather die.
No,
I
this
would
guy
rather
took
die.
me out in Berlin and did the whole splitting thing. So I was like, I'm just paying for it. And obviously, I never spoke to him again. But he was in this, like, he was obviously going over the date as to what was the reason she never spoke to me again. So 2 years later, I was also in Germany.
Can we talk about the consistency thing? Because I think that's where so many people struggle with online dating. It's like, how do you like? There's a lack of consistency. Women are
Yeah.
always confused. They don't know where they stand. Like,
Yeah, but hold on. Okay, this is where we're probably going to fight. You have to be consistent with the right person because a lot of women take consistency and they take the piss out of it because it's consistent attention until they get the attention of the guy that they want. You're giving her all this consistency and she's sitting there waiting for fucking Joe Blow to text her when you're sitting there trying to put in all the effort. Listen, my view is this now. Yeah, like,
How do you
and men
know?
say I don't look after him
how do you know it's the right person to make consistency with?
because you know what? They'll reciprocate.
To make consistency with.
Women will reciprocate. And if you're being consistent and you're texting her and like she's like, let's say she's a busy person and she's like, hey, just letting you know, I'm gonna be here, and here. She's interested in talking to you. Because someone who doesn't give a fuck about, I'm not telling you my schedule. Like, let's say for example, I'll use an example.
That's horrible if anyone does that to someone.
You'll be surprised. It's very, very, very common. I've had it happen to me before when I was younger. Like you do all the things and you're like, finally once I'll be, normally you're used to inconsistent works because there's game playing and it throws other people off. And then you be consistent and all of a sudden like it gets taken for granted. Like sometimes consistency gets like, you know, if it's from the wrong person, gets taken for granted.
Never thought of on the other side like that.
But they're never going to cut you off because they love the attention. That's the gutting part. That's why a lot of men get upset and they get in trouble because they're like, hold on a second, like I tried. And yes, it's hard. And that's where the rejection thing is very important because like you tried, but you tried with the wrong person. And then they're like, well, fuck, I can't win.
This is my issue with people in general, right? I'm such a lover girl. I love love. I love romance.
Agreed.
I've been in 2 relationships that haven't worked in the past. I've gone on dates with many guys that I haven't been into or whatever's happened. Even though I've had shitty experiences in my life, I'm not a salty person.
Yeah.
I'm still a lover girl. Some people will be betrayed by a friend and never trust anyone again.
Yeah.
Like some people will be hurt in love and that's it. Every person was your
A
ex-girlfriend.
lot of people are like that. And it's funny.
Get over
But
it.
hold up.
It's
There's,
better
there's
to
a lot more complexity to that, right?
Okay.
So say you've had a fucked relationship with your dad and therefore you've got abandonment issues and then a guy fucks you over. Like you're gonna hold a little bit more of emotional baggage with that than like someone who's got more of like a secure.
My thing is, if you know what your problems are, you have to also be actively willing to work on it.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Like you can't just blame. Oh,
Like no one's gonna come here to save
my
you.
dad.
And you're only disadvantaging yourself if you're saying everyone is like my ex-wife.
Yeah.
Everyone's
That-
like
you
my
fuck
abusive
yours-
boyfriend.
You set the frame up, but like you end up with them. Law of attraction. I don't care what anyone says. If you say that like Steve Harvey, if every man's a dog, you're gonna meet every last one of them. Thanks, fucking Snoopy, for bargaining. But like, you're gonna meet every single last one of them, and that's how it is. If you think you're gonna always get your heart broken, you're always gonna get your heart broken. If you think this is too good to be true, a lot of times it's all good.
You really do manifest it. You are the creator of your
Yeah,
life.
it's
Melbourne always brings me back to a conversation that I had with a friend from Sydney, and we were staying in the W at Melbourne, and he was talking to this girl from Melbourne. I'm like, oh, how's it going? He's like, you know what, bro? I'll tell you one thing. If I would rather my heart shatter into 1,000 pieces than sit and freeze on a shelf. I reckon I've said that saying now a million
What's it?
times.
Keep going.
I'd rather my heart shatter into 1,000 pieces than sit and like freeze on a shelf.
It's like what Shakespeare says. It's better to have loved and to have
never-
lost than to never love
never
at
loved
all.
100%.
I would rather that. And like,
100%.
I always say that, like, you know what, whoever I end up with, like, I'm going to give it everything. And if it's either going to be the greatest story of my life or the greatest heartbreak, either way, I'm not going to sit on the sidelines and think, fuck, what if?
100%.
Yeah.
Can I ask you this consistency thing on the other side of the scale?
Mm-hmm.
If a girl's getting a non-consistent energy from a guy,
Depends.
you're not into her?
Depends. If you, like, I answered this question on another podcast because you're like, oh, if he's not texting me that much, blah, blah. It depends on his communication style.
Okay.
Like if a guy is saying, I judge a man's interest on dates, not on text, not on phone calls. Fuck, I've been the fucking pen pal who's like, yeah, like you never get to a date because like you're interested, but you're loving the banter, you're loving the attention, but you're not really. I've been that guy when I was younger.
On a date and then he kind of doesn't really text you, but then a week later he's like, wants to take you out again. Are you going to take that as he's not that, you're not his wife?
Why? He wants to hang out with you.
But the communication is like,
So that like, but you're not in the early. That's just his communication style. Like I judge interest on yes.
I also think
conversation is
for
important.
me I can meet someone and then not want to talk to him all the time. And then after the 3rd date, I want to speak to him all the time. I think communication in general builds up with someone. But if I just met someone, doesn't mean I want to speak to him every 5 seconds. It means let's leave a little bit of distance. Let's leave a little bit of whatever. So
Let's leave excitement for the actual date
but a
too.
playful. It's different when we're in it, and then I want to hear your voice all the time. But I just feel like sometimes there's an Arabic saying where it's like, "Don't burn the cooking." Like you just. Sometimes it's like, let's build.
Say it in Arabic.
ما تحرق الطبخة.
يا حبيبتي قلبي.
But
it's true.
Yeah.
It's true. Like especially the early phases.
A lot of pen pal guys.
Yeah.
Bro, everyone's a pen. There's so many. When I was younger, I used to be a pen pal.
that's why online dating I think is shit. Like sometimes it's just like, I have a lot of friends who are like, oh, we just fucking talk. And I'm talking to like 8 guys and none of them will actually ask me out. Like,
I don't know how they do it. Like, I don't know how they do online dating in the sense, like, because I went on Hinge. I've been on Hinge a few times, but like the last time I went on Hinge, I think obviously, look, let's be realistic. I'm going to get a lot more matches because social media, people see me, blah, blah. I'm also not bad looking and I'm funny and I put good little prompts. But like, I was overwhelmed. I don't know how these fuckers do it. Like, I got like all these matches. I'm like, who do I fucking take out first? And like my business mind started, my Capricorn mind started calculating. If I spend 300 on a date for each, I'm like, oh, fuck it, I might as well get a fucking mortgage and a wife. And then what's going on? Fuck this. And I deleted it. I didn't go on one date.
Surely that's not a common experience for men.
No, and that's why I always make it very clear. I have a
That's your
public
experience,
profile
yeah.
and I don't like the word public. I hate that word, influencer.
But do you think that's considered a positive for women or negative? I guess because your
When
personality
someone says
shines
to me
through.
it's a negative, I'm like, well, you're just not my type of intelligence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if
I
you,
think because your public profile really showcases your amazing personality, charisma, and whatever. So I think that would be the alluring factor of it.
but I'm the same off whatchamacallit. I mean, you know me off.
you are.
We have
You're
a
the
relationship off
You're the
camera.
same.
I'm the exact same. I don't change. Nothing changes.
What about girls hitting you up though?
I hate it.
But isn't like, is your partner gonna be like, so many girls messaging you?
No, because she's yes, but it's your job
Yeah.
to make her feel secure in it.
Yeah, 100%.
Thousands.
Like if I have a partner and she said to me, I'll be honest with her, like like if I'm talking about a conversation and I'm like, oh yeah, someone messaged me the other, I'm not gonna go tell her about every single person because I get so many because of work. But here's the thing, like if I'm with her, my phone's only getting answered for work or family. It's not or like my close friends. I'm not going through DMs or scrolling or anything. That's just my thing. I'm not like if I'm traveling or if let's say for example I go to Melbourne for the day and if I had a partner, like I would make sure that I'm in constant communication, especially when I'm on a podcast with women who are attractive.
I love that.
You're both attractive. Adele, like I did a podcast with Adele's attractive. Like you have to. It's your job as a man to make her feel secure and comfortable. And I always knew that. And I always made sure
Definitely.
my content sort of reflected the ideology that I am an educator. I'm not some fucking like, porn star or
100%.
sex god or sex guru. Or my role as a man to make her feel secure and not
100%.
have to worry about that. And I wouldn't want to be with someone that isn't secure enough to not realize that this is just like, this is business. And I help people. Like I help like thousands and thousands and thousands of people a week.
100%.
So like they should be able to look at it as not a form of, oh, he's in the adult industry, but in a form of fuck. How prideful that I know that like my partner helps so many people in a niche area and he's creative with it. He's a genius,
100%.
But it takes a certain type of woman. And people are like, oh, but I hate when women hit on me. Can't stand it because that's the masculine in me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you think about-
We spoke about this.
What do you think about girls making the first move?
Look, I think insinuating maybe like we can catch up or something, maybe because like you might.
No, like you're out at a bar, and a woman walks up to you and she says, like, she shoots her shot.
Can I have your number? Like, I think you're really cute.
It's not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
It's not our cup.
Because but I'm also different because I don't like rejecting people. I'm weird. I don't mind being rejected because I know myself. I know it's not a reflection on me and I can handle it.
Yeah.
A lot of people can't handle rejection.
But I think that the men that are the most successful in dating are the men that don't fear rejection.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
The Mark Manson, he wrote the book, the I Don't Give a Fuck book or something. I can't remember. It's the orange one.
Oh yeah.
Subtle ways of not giving a fuck or something. He did a dating book and he said, he's like, before I wrote this book and when I found my wife, I got rejected. I went on so many dates on purpose so I can learn how to get rejected.
Wow.
You need to be comfortable with rejection.
100%.
Yeah, and that's probably the biggest tip that I try to teach guys. Like, I'm comfortable with rejection because I talk about eating ass on the internet and like every video that I post, I'm susceptible to getting rejected and people commenting negative on it. So I'm used to it. And like I always tell young guys and guys all the time, like, bro, just learn how to get rejected. Like it's not a bad thing getting rejected. I get rejected all the time. And women can look at my content and assume like he knows what he's doing with his fingers and his tongue. Oh, it'll be the best. No, it won't. 30 seconds, missionary cuddles, that's it. But like the presumption is he knows what he's doing. So like he's gonna give me a good time. So like I get rejected too. Like it's just life. Everyone likes tea, but some people like peppermint, some people like chamomile, some people like English breakfast. I don't like all of them. I like certain ones. Doesn't mean that I don't like you because you're a certain one. I just don't like, you're not my flavor.
And I always say, like,
You're still tea.
yeah.
Yeah. Lots of men can learn from that.
I always say rejection hurts, but regret is way worse.
Fuck, I learned that. Like I'll never like if I'm single, if I'm in a relationship. No, if I'm single, I'm not in a relationship. But if I were in a relationship, I'd say anyway. Listen, if I were like, I would never like not go buy a drink now. If I was a single guy, like because you sit in the shower after and you're like, fuck, bro, I should have fucking sent it. And it fucks you in your head. Just shoot your shot. You never know who you're going to lose. And sometimes, like, I remember I was in Europe. When was it? Like 2 years ago. I was single. And, like, there was this Like she was the hottest girl in Scorpios, like hands down the hottest. And the boys were on the table, and I was by myself, and I was fucking roaming around like a little shark. And I remember I seeing her, and she was just stunning. She was on a table. I reckon they're definitely billionaires. And I remember I caught her when she was going to the bathroom and she was by herself. And I'm like, I'll hate myself if I didn't say anything. And like, you don't have to go and introduce your name or nothing. But like, as a man, there's like a testosterone boost when you just give a little compliment. Like I said to her, I'm like, look, you know, I don't know what it is. I couldn't continue my holiday without letting you know how, firstly, gorgeous you are and how much I love your outfit and you're very stylish. Have a good night. And then I walked off. Because then, no matter what, she's thinking, hold on a second. Where the fuck did this little cunt go? Like, where'd this fucker go? You can't just give me like a non sort of sexual compliment, okay, I said she looks gorgeous, but I also said your outfit looks amazing. You can't give me a compliment like that, then run off. Like, who are you? It's gonna play in your head. But then you do that quite a few times and you become confident.
Yeah.
And you're like, you can sit and have a conversation, or it's not even what a lot of guys fuck up with is like they're scared they're gonna fuck up their approach. Give a couple compliments for like if you want to practice, give a couple compliments and then just walk off. You don't even have to find them sexually attractive or like your type or even date them. Like I compliment old ladies all the time. I like on the plane I was telling some old bloke, like he's like I helped him with his backpacking and put it on. He's like, oh, I'm old. I said, mate, fuck 35. What are you talking about? Like you know, get in the habit of doing things like that, and then when you actually give compliments to attractive women that you find attractive and you want to get to know, it becomes effortless. It becomes breezy. You're not intimidated. Your energy is actually, the way you say things is like in a relaxed manner, like he's been there before. And women who are attractive and confident and confident with themselves, they can feel your energy. And if they know that you're confident, they also, it's like I don't know if it's like a biochemistry or an energy thing. They know that, hold on, if he's confident with me and I find myself attractive, he's confident with other attractive women. And women find that attractive. Women love when guys are around other women because they're like, hold on a second, what's this guy's deal? How's he around gorgeous women? They all look like they're smiling and they're having a good time. I need to be around that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Love it.
That makes sense. You talk a lot about like how to make him obsessed, how to make his eyes roll back. Like you're giving the girls the tips. What are your like top 3 tips for making him obsessed or making his eyes roll back?
Firstly, energy. I know, like it's cliche and it's this and that, but like you can like do all the tips that I give you with like no enthusiasm. Is
True. That's
energy. Show up like you want to be there, and if you don't want to be there, then what the fuck are you doing there in the first place? Do you know what I mean? Like you know, you gotta be you gotta want to be there. You notice when a woman, you notice when a woman wants to be there, or if she's out or in her own head, or she's got shit going on and stuff like that. Secondly, saliva is everything. Like the slippery the better. Like, you know what I mean? Like I did a video the other month and it went fucking like ultra viral because I said like men who sit and say like it's too wet. Like what the fuck are you talking about?
Yes.
Pre-play. Never be dry again, ever. This is it.
Why do men do that?
I don't know.
You know what's so
some guys wig out. Some guys freak out about it.
Why?
No. So every time we've introduced pre-play,
when you're like, listen, when you're young, like I remember when I was young, like 17. Like I think you know, you don't know. You don't know. We're not educated. We don't realize.
So wild that we're not. But yeah.
We don't realize that. Like, well, it's supposed to be like. Where and what happens if some goes on the car seat and stuff like that? You're like, what's that? Are you okay? Is that me? Is that you? Like, am I having sex with Squirtle? I don't get it. It's a Pokemon. Like, I don't get it. Like, you don't know. So there's no education. But now as you get older, I don't understand.
Still a stigma though. I feel like
men who are older freak me like, brother, like women, I had so many women come into my store and they're like, do you need lubricant? They're like, oh no. Like, and they're so shy about it. I'm like, what? And always I'm like, why are you fucking shy? You're economical. You don't got to buy lube. Means one less sale for me, but go you, baby. You can save your money. Like, there's nothing wrong if you naturally can't get as wet as you want. Obviously, there's so many different things. There's medical, hormonal, stress, mind. Doesn't mean you're broken. There's always a fix for it.
Fully. Every time we've mentioned the product, to anyone, they're like, to men, they're like, oh, that sounds amazing, but I don't need that. I get the girls like streaming of water and drowning the world. And there's this massive ego behind it.
Yeah.
But I think they feel the same towards toys. They feel the same towards like, I don't know. They take it as such an ego here, all of these things. But they're just there to make everything better.
100%. It's an enhancement.
Yeah.
The way, look, let's look at pre. Firstly, can I just say one thing? So I've been in the business for what? Nearly 11 years now. This is supposed to be probably the sexiest suppository packet. Like, you're making suppository sexy again.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Like, open her up. Open her up. So in case anyone doesn't know what pre-play is a lube suppository that you insert 20 minutes before playtime and
has you gushing like
It
this.
looks like a fish oil tablet. I want to pop one.
yeah, it has no scent, no smell,
Made from natural ingredients.
Yeah.
Pop it in and it
pH safe.
sure dissolve.
I think, look, the way you have done it, congratulations. When you first sent it to me, I was like, wow.
Cute.
Obviously, I didn't really need to use it, but like, typical male. But like, there's so many people that like want to have sex, or life just hits them and they can't just naturally get there. These are good. These are really, really helpful.
Because it's not messy.
It's not messy. It's discreet. You
It's
can,
discreet.
You just enjoy yourself. Feel
And so
confident.
women don't have to think about it.
Yeah.
It's like
The pressure's off
the
us.
O gap between men and women
Huge.
is huge, right? And I think women are so in their heads about so many elements when they're doing it
Yeah.
that they can't just like let go and enjoy.
Yeah.
This is like, you don't have to think about anything. You don't think about, am I wet enough? Is he liking this? Just, you're wet enough. You'll be definitely wet enough and you can just enjoy the experience.
And if he says you're too wet, fuck him off.
Literally.
Yeah.
As if it's a thing.
No, it is. You'll be surprised. I got like 230,000 likes on it. But I would just say it like as a compliment.
As in for the woman.
Like if she's overly wet and excited, it's a compliment.
So why do men get offended by it if you are super wet?
because they're,
Oh,
Because
like, you
because
don't-
you're gonna
they
understand.
think it's only that wetness is completely
Yeah.
related
Exactly.
to excitement.
One, yeah, that's the issue.
Yeah.
Is that the
Lack
like,
of education.
yeah, that's what it is. Even with toys, like toys is a like massive lack of education. Like men come in and think, oh, it's replacing me. Like, bro, no. Like, 100 years ago, you were building fucking houses with your bare hands. Now we're using tools. You're still the man
Yeah.
doing it.
Yeah.
You
it's
just
true.
now you have tools. You get done quicker. That's how I explain sex toys. It's like, that's actually my next venture. I'm gonna tell you off screen. But like, men are not educated in the ideology. Like they think that we are responsible for a woman's orgasm. Like we contributed to it, but there's so many different factors. It's not just us. Do you know what I mean? And like, I think we get so offended if we can't get her there. But if you actually relax and you both have fun and you talk and you communicate with each other and you understand what we like and understand that the first couple of times that you're going to have sex, it's not going to be as great. It might be great. It might not be great. You're going to fumble. Like all the things that I teach, they're not like going to work all the time. And it might work for this person, might work for that person. Like as long as you know the fundamentals, which is essentially the only fundamental that I really want men to understand is this. It's like foreplay is everything. Pre-play is everything.
Why we called it pre-play.
Yes, but it is because like you don't realize is that women need, or you realize you're women, but like men don't realize that women need at least 15 to 20 minutes to get hot, excited, lubricated, and not just in the bedroom. It doesn't start. It's if you live with her, it starts the minute you wake up. If you wake up and you're in a shitty mood and you're fucking, oh, baby, get off me, and you're grouchy, I'm gonna fucking go to work, she's not gonna be horny. Whereas if you put it to the side and like you just hold it in for 5 minutes and you just roll over, like give her a little kiss, give her a little compliment, tell her have a good day, right, love her, and then you go in the shower and you're like, fuck everything. She's gonna be hornier.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it starts in the morning.
Yeah.
Starts in the morning. Starts in the night before.
Yeah.
It starts like it's not like us where it's on.
Yeah.
Women work very differently.
Can I ask you a third tip so we can round out that?
And you're fucking milking it now. You've asked me 100.
Third tip for making his eyes roll back.
With energy, make sure you look into his soul. Eye contact just does like wonders. I don't know why, like wonders. But also use your hands. Okay? Not just on his like
Yeah.
light touches. Yeah. Down the back,
Yeah.
on the bum, but light touches. Light touches. You'll be fucking surprised. His little squirming and shit. Like I'm telling you now, like stuff like that.
Yeah.
Game changer. And the gooch. Don't neglect the gooch. Don't neglect the gooch. Gucci. I don't like that area. I don't even have sex anymore. But like, the Gucci is
Wow.
the jackpot. That's that little piece of no man's land. That's heaven.
Cute. Okay.
Speaking of heaven,
Yes. We're going to play a game with you
yeah.
called Heaven and Hell, which you're going to
Did I just perfectly segue that without even realizing it?
We're going to give you certain topics and you're going
All
to
right.
say if it's heaven or hell.
Yeah.
Hit me.
Heaven or hell, girl plans the first date.
Heaven. I'll pay.
Okay, interesting.
You know, like, listen, women are very in tune with. I like planning, but I'm not gonna say no if she's gone and like, you know, she's gone and done something where like, not like I'm paying either way, so it doesn't bother me.
That to us, like that to me is hell.
Really?
I feel like I want to see.
But hold on, did you plan the first date, or like we haven't organized a hangout yet because of stuff, and then you're like, look, I've got this, and this. Do you want to come join me? Like it's situational.
I guess
I'll
it's
plan.
like,
I'll
this
always
is
plan the first.
okay,
I'm a
I'd
planner.
like us to go on a date. I'm gonna plan us to like. I'm gonna book us dinner. I've booked us here. Like it's.
Hell.
I just love the
Yeah, it's a bit
effort.
nice.
Like someone being like,
Yeah.
I really want to take you to this
Yeah.
Chinese restaurant that I love, or whatever it is. Like
That's
little
the key. That bit right there, the I love.
Yeah.
You know what? Another tip as well is you got to find the little women give you clues. Women give clues.
Yeah.
And you got to do like if you get the clues right and the Bible, it could be a fucking $20 thing from Kmart. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even if it's not a clue and she's just dropped it in conversation like, oh, like, you know, I need a chair and I can't get the chair and blah, blah, blah. And you end up with that fucking chair with her and you get her that chair, like, even if it doesn't matter, like that above and beyond.
Yeah.
Love it.
But yeah, I prefer to plan.
Yeah.
But if she said
First,
like,
a first date only. Like it's like you've just.
oh, first date only?
Talking about you've just met and she's making them.
Oh, no, I plan. Hell. That's hell. Hell.
Okay. Heaven or hell? She has a guy best friend.
Earth.
You can't be
No,
too
you gotta be
diplomatic.
It depends.
Come on, say with conviction. What do you
It
think?
depends.
Obviously.
Guys know, like men have like sense intentions. I don't care. I don't really care. But like there's got to like these boundaries. Like
Yeah.
our business doesn't get spoken to your guy best friend. Like I don't care if you go tell your girl best friends all our issues. Doesn't bother me. I don't want my business going to a guy best friend because he can then weaponize that.
Okay.
Do you know? But like, I don't mind. Like, if he's been around and I know that he's helped her and stuff like that, who am I to go tell her like I don't want that? But vice versa, I'm not going to be told that I can't be hang out with certain people. If that like if it's a certain, I'm pretty in tune, so I understand if a woman's around me and she's like interested and stuff like that. And there's like I have a female best friend who doesn't want to fucking bar with me. We're in Bali together, and fucking we're getting like they put us in the same room as a massage. Well, move us, separate, like you know. So I think Earth and I will be the deciding factor whether they go to heaven or hell.
Okay.
Because I see a guy with a girl best friend is actually a green flag.
I think it's intelligent.
Yeah.
Like.
Depending on the guy. If some men are
Yes.
unable to have female friendships with women without
Trying to fuck them?
desiring them, yeah. Some men, they're incapable of that, but other men are really drawn to that. And I think it's such a green flag because they're around women that they really respect. And it's not in...
Think of them without being sexual. You can
Yeah.
just be like-
Well, here's the
It really
thing.
depends on the man.
Women, if you have a girl best friend, she's gonna bring other women to you.
What?
Yeah, girl best friends attract other women. Like if you have a girl best friend and you hang out with a girl, like other girls see that, like that you're with another, like you're with another girl, and if they realize that it's not a thing, they're like, oh,
If
this
you're
guy,
single, do you mean?
yeah, if you're single,
yeah,
like
yeah.
he's capable of being with around other women.
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
like
100%.
women are the best fucking wing women. Like women like know how to wing women.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Heaven or hell, she's friends with her ex.
Hell, and he can go to hell too. Absolutely.
Agreed.
Oh, but like it depends circumstantial. Like
Like they talk, they text, they might
check
hang
in here and
out,
there.
They get a coffee.
it's not like
Not ideal.
it's not ideal.
My issue with all of this stuff is I don't like to create a relationship based on insecurity. I like to create a relationship that is so resilient.
Yeah.
And that's like, okay, so if I'm
We
like,
respect that's
with
not
respect.
but that's not an insecurity. That's just
no.
a respectful boundary
Fully.
because I know that I'm not interested in being real. I'll be polite if I see him in public.
yeah.
Like if I see an ex in public, but I just that's
they
the
need to be
past.
friends, like-
You're my
Yeah.
like I'm moving forward.
Yeah.
You're my future.
Yeah, fully.
Big difference.
Yeah, agreed.
You know, big difference.
Agreed.
So
You
hey,
don't need to be friends. Like, why do you
you don't be friends. Like you can be respectful, but you
Yeah.
don't need to like if you're dating someone.
hanging out? And
If you're
stuff,
dating someone and speaking to someone new and you see a future with that person, like why would you keep revisiting your?
100%.
Mine's really person dependent.
Again, it is.
A guy who's very open, honest, and whatever.
It is all,
I-
everything is
honestly, he could-
circumstantial.
I would accept things from him that I probably wouldn't accept from a lot of people. It's really dependent.
It's how they conduct themselves as well.
Yeah.
Like if I'm with the right person and I know how she conducts herself, I probably wouldn't be careless. But in general, no, because it's not. I'm not judging it from her point of view. I know what his point of view is.
That.
He's now seeing that she's getting treated right. She's happy. She's all fucking glowing and shit. Why all of a sudden you want to come back now?
I don't know. He's always been around. Let's say they've been friends, like not just.
Yeah, but there's around and there's be friends and then there's ramping it up.
Yeah.
I had
Men
a topic-
men will fucking ramp it up
Yeah.
when they know there's another guy in the picture. That's just how they are.
Do exes need to be friends? Like, you were never friends to begin with. You met, you fell in love. Like, do you
Circum-
need to be friends still?
Circumstantial because some people go through a lot of things in life together.
100% that's true.
Like some people have gone through like fucking. So for example, let's say, oh, well, he was there when my mum had
yeah.
cancer or something.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like you
Yeah.
can't.
That's
that
true.
you can't.
Never thought
That's
of
a
it
big
that way.
part of their life.
Yeah.
You have to. You also have to be mature
Yeah.
and secure enough in your position to be like, I respect that. I
Yeah.
can't do it. Like I can't do anything about it. I might not make me comfortable, but if
What if
we're
they
in a
haven't been through trauma together?
fuck off, then why do you need to cunt around you? Piss off, both in hell. Sack.
That's good.
You know?
Yeah, yeah.
I think sometimes also like it's funny because I've had exes in the past and I'd be like, this guy's been my friend for ages.
Yeah, but
And they're like-
because you don't want to
And
sleep
they're
with
like,
him.
call him right now and tell him like, come here. I'm on a table, whatever. I would guarantee you to keep getting
Exactly.
100%.
It's not you. Yes.
Yes, that's
Yes.
what men think. I'm like, I don't think so.
Yes.
They're like,
it's not you, it's him. It's not
Okay.
the you that like.
because once someone's a friend to me, I can never see them sexual or romantic or anything. Like my brain
matter.
really works in that way. But sometimes I'm like, but they're like a brother.
Because
They're
you're
like-
inviting the fox into the hen's house.
Yeah. It's funny that men are like, it's not all men.
I like
until it
this-
comes to-
I
until
like
it
this
comes to
game.
Guy best friends. Yeah, men are like,
Hell.
Heaven or hell, she's got photos with her ex
Hell.
on her Instagram.
Hell. Why are we even in the topic of discussion?
She's like, it's my history, like it's my life. I don't want to delete them.
Hell. So let me go fucking plaster my ex all over mine then.
What if she didn't care? What if she didn't care? What if
Hell.
she's like, it's whatever?
She will care. She will care.
heaven or
Hell.
hell, going on like girls' trip holidays away.
Well, listen, I know the type of people that I date, so heaven.
Yeah.
Comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm very secure. I'm very, very, very. Look, at the end of the day, if you're gonna cheat, you're gonna cheat.
And it
I
always
can't. I'm not gonna.
comes- it
I'm not
always
gonna.
comes out.
I'm not gonna. There's one thing I'll tell you about God. He doesn't play about me. I'll find out everything.
Yeah.
But like, why? My view is like, why would I be in a relationship with someone that don't conduct themselves right?
100%.
So that's the
100%.
heaven.
That's cute. I love that. I think that's it.
Is that it?
That's
Oh,
it.
happy me.
Thank you so much for
Thank you
coming.
for having me. We're gonna do this more often. Mwah. It's been a pleasure. Hey, if you haven't already, AJ Paps endorse pre-play. Get it now. Shop at the pre-play store. Is that the store?
Yeah.
Yeah.